Alright, as we can see on the bench here, I have a New Home Model 560. This is a machine that someone found in a dumpster for me, and it had been tossed out cabinet and all. The cabinet was smashed up beyond any repair, and the person didn't bring all the parts of the cabinet because they scavenged it out and didn't get everything. Also, it's an older machine, so I've already worked on the motor. This machine was filthy, and I should have some before photos of it. I'm just going to remove the old socket from the machine because this female section here is chipped and cracked, and the male half of the socket that would go to the wall has big chips in it, and I got to replace the controller anyway, so converting it to a regular style of connector just makes sense, given that this is already damaged and delicate and probably won't survive getting much in the way of repairs done to it. But this machine was definitely a big smoking machine. Whoever owned it smoked quite a bit. It was covered in grime, and so it spent a couple days with the sonic cleaner in Crud Cutter, getting the grease and grime removed from it, and then I re-dipped it in P-Blaster, kerosene-based penetrating fluid, to displace all of the water from, I used Simple Green, but, any of the degreasers are good. And now it's time to start putting this back together and getting it ready to test. So I did use an electric toothbrush on sections of this, and there's it's not perfect, but this machine is significantly cleaner than it was, and especially this pattern here, there's still some discoloration in it, but it was just all brown around these knobs, and especially along the sides of the knobs. Also, it moves freely now. When I got it, it was a little bit locked up. So it's yeah. I think I'm going to start with the bottom here real quick, because I did open the gearbox here and scooped the lump of grease out and let the cleaner do quite a bit of work. But as you can see, there's still some old grease hardened in between the gears here. Just gonna get that mostly out of the way with a Q-tip, and then we'll get a dollop of our fresh synthetic grease in there, and there we go. I washed the old gasket off, so we can put that back. The new grease, the fresh style of grease, new synthetic grease, doesn't melt the way that the old grease would. So if you lose the gasket or the gasket is damaged, it's not a big deal. It probably will not leak out of this case. So there are 3 of these black pan head screws here, or cheese head screws, I guess. And then it appears I could take a little more time wiping under here. I'm going to do that real quick, because despite the fact that I've cleaned a lot of the old smoking tar off, you can see there's still just vast swaths of brown under here. Alright, I finished cleaning underneath a bit, and now I've got to find, here we go, the screws for this bracket. I took this bracket off to reach in and clean it, and also to try and get, I didn't notice the set screw on this side for the tensioner, so when I was trying to take the tensioner off, I took this thread guide out first, but the thread guide here uses a screw that looks a lot like the screw for the needle plate, but the needle plate is a fine thread, and the screws that go in for this guide here are coarse thread. So if I get this screw, the exact size screwdriver, so that the screw will stay on, and then get it in to this hole. Alright. Challenge is always finding the exact right screwdriver to do this. There we go. Got that in. Lower screw here, so. Alright. Both of those screws in to hold this bracket in place. And then I'm going to oil all of this before we move on, because again, this machine was washed in degreaser and then washed in penetrating oil, so to get the penetrating oil to displace any of the water that worked its way into the machine. And now we need to, make sure that we apply plenty of oil as we go to make sure that the oil gets in place. The end cover for this machine is decorative and has a single screw. And I'm going to need to put a bulb in there. Well, we'll worry about the light bulb after we do the testing. Just the motor that we redid. The mounting bolt for the motor. There's the space that I took the plug out of. Fresh oil all along there. Get our hand wheel in place. And the motor belt seemed to be in good shape, so we'll just pop that back on and throw our clutch nut. Oh, except the ear is here, and the stop screw came just past that one ear, so we'll rotate the washer, and now the ear is here and the stop screw is right there, so it tightens and then loosens, so that's good. There. Just sort of wiggled that and let the weight of the motor tug on the belt there, and the machine should move under its own power here in a second.